In Secret Wars, we will see Strange leave Avengers. He will watch Avengers fight with Doom, Doom will create the Battleworld, and he will be stand alongside with Doom. But how does this happen? Go back to the time when Strange saw 14,605 possible futures on Titan.
He told Tony Stark there was only one way to win against Thanos. But what if winning was just the beginning of a much larger, much darker nightmare? What if the one future Strange saw wasn't just about stopping a purple giant, but about ensuring a specific set of events that would lead to the end of the entire multiverse? Today, we're peeling back the layers on the secret Doctor Strange never told the Avengers, the timeline where he voluntarily serves as the right hand to Doctor Doom, and why his mysterious absence in Avengers Doomsday is the biggest spoiler hiding in plain sight.
Think back to that moment in Infinity War. Strange is twitching, his mind racing through millions of outcomes. He tells Tony, if I tell you what happens, it won't happen. We assumed he was talking about Tony's sacrifice, but look at the bigger picture. Strange didn't just see the battle on Titan, he saw the 5-year gap. He saw the time heist, he saw the snap. But more importantly, he saw what happened the second the Infinity Stones were used to bring everyone back. He saw the massive multiversal energy surge that sent a flare across reality. A flare that acted like a dinner bell for something far worse than Thanos.
There's a reason Strange has been acting differently since he came back. He knows that by saving the universe from Thanos, they accidentally doomed the multiverse to collapse. The one way wasn't a happy ending. It was a desperate gamble. Strange knew that the only way for any version of reality to survive was to allow the multiverse to break so that Doom could eventually step in and stitch it back together.
He saw himself standing beside a throne, not as a hero, but as a servant. And he couldn't say a word. If he told Tony that his sacrifice would lead to the rise of a multiversal dictator, Tony might have hesitated. The one way was a trap, and Strange is the only one who knows the exit. This brings us to the massive elephant in the room, Avengers Doomsday. Benedict Cumberbatch has been caught in a web of his own words lately. First, he told fans he wasn't in the movie because his character didn't align with the story. Then, rumors surfaced about him filming top-secret scenes under the codename Ivan. The truth is likely far more calculated. Strange isn't in Doomsday because Strange isn't fighting in Doomsday. While the Avengers are busy getting crushed by Doom's arrival, Strange is likely off-world, watching the clock. He's not avoiding the fight out of fear, he's waiting for the inevitable. He knows the Avengers have to lose this one for his long-term plan to work. Recent leaks have practically confirmed this direction. Concept art for Secret Wars shows a terrifying new reality, Battleworld. In these images, we see a white-robed Doctor Doom sitting on a throne, ruling over a patchwork of surviving dimensions. And right there, standing at his side in medieval-inspired garb, is the MCU's Doctor Strange. He's not a prisoner, he's an advisor. This mirrors the iconic 2015 Secret Wars comic run where Strange becomes the Sheriff of Agamotto, the man who enforces Doom's law across reality. Rumors suggest that in the MCU, Strange chooses this role voluntarily because he knows it's the only way to keep a small fragment of humanity alive after the multiverse is offed. But here's where the theory gets truly wild. Strange isn't just serving Doom, he's playing the ultimate double agent. But by becoming Doom's most trusted ally, he gains access to the source of Doom's godlike power. He's doing exactly what he did with Thanos, surrendering a battle to win the war. He's gonna watch his friends suffer, he's gonna watch reality be rewritten, and he's gonna wait for the exact millisecond where Doom shows a hint of weakness. He's the man on the inside, the only person in existence who has the patience to play a game that takes decades to finish. The tragedy of Doctor Strange is that he has to be the villain to be the savior. The Avengers will see him standing next to Doom and they'll feel betrayed. They'll think he's been corrupted by the Dark Dimension or that he's finally lost his mind. But just like Tony in Endgame, they won't realize the truth until it's almost too late. Strange is the only one who's seen the ending, and the cost of that knowledge is total isolation. He has to let the world believe he's a traitor so he can save them from a god. When Avengers Doomsday hits theaters, don't look for Strange on the battlefield. Look for the silence he leaves behind. The moment Doom takes the throne and Strange steps out of the shadows to bow, we'll know that the one way has finally reached its final, most dangerous phase. It's been said that the hardest choices require the strongest wills, and Strange is about to prove that he has the strongest will of all, even if it means becoming the man the whole world hates.